So I'd show everyone my 2022 Honda Pioneer 520. I bought aftermarket roof, rear window, and front window from EMP. They have really good fit and finish on their product. Super happy with the roof and the front and rear window, but they don't sell hard doors. And no one else on the market is selling hard doors, not even Honda. Honda has some soft doors. We just weren't satisfied with wanting them. We wanted hard doors, so we took it upon ourselves to build our own. I built these out of HDPE, black sheeting, 1/4 inch. It's plastic sheeting. I got it at Menards. I had it on sale with 11% off. Paid $55 a sheet for it for 4x8, and it did everything I needed. And then I used 1/4 inch acrylic Lexan commercial grade acrylic for my windows on each side. And then each side of my door I have 3 Yeti style rubber latches, like cooler latches. 1 on the outside and then 2 on the inside. And I'm gonna take you a walk around now and show you this 2022 Pioneer that is just, I'm super happy with it. It really came out nice. You have to forgive the yard here. We are in the process of building a garage at this is just our vacation home. And so I don't even have a garage to work on, but I accomplished all this just working on some sawhorses. And I cut the acrylic with a skill saw and put the blade in backwards. Then I recommend when you get to the end, when you're just getting to the end of your cut, stop, get a hand coping saw, and finish the rest of your cut so that you don't splinter or break your acrylic Lexan while you're cutting the edges. Stuff is super durable, but it doesn't like to be cut on the edges. And the backwards blade on a skill saw just worked excellent. All right, I'm going to show you. I've got only 1 latch on the outside of this door right now. This is how you'd be driving, or this is how it would be set up for when you're fishing. We use this strictly for ice fishing, so we wanted this thing buttoned up nice. We wanted it snow-proof, wind-proof, and keep heat inside. So as you're going down the road, the opposite door is already latched. I'll show you that. And right now this is set up, this door is in the fishing mode. You just got out of your UTV. We use the UTV to pull this wheelhouse over here. This wheelhouse drops to the ice with 2 pins, and we fish through the floor. It's got a spray foamed interior. We've got it fixed up pretty nice inside. And that trailer transports the UTV to the lake. It's a 50-inch wide UTV, and it just fits in that 10x6 trailer and gives me enough room to get out of there. So we've been running ATV for the last 10 years, and Moni, my wife, was getting tired of bouncing around the back of that trailer while we're out ice fishing. And it's illegal to run 2 on an ATV in Iowa and Wisconsin. So Honda's got these 2 models that are 50-inch wide. They've got a 500, and then they've got this brand new Pioneer 520. It just came out in 2021, and this is a 2022 model. And in the 2022 model, these Pioneer 520s, they just got a little bit bigger engine than the 500, and they've got this dump box. That box actually will dump with a lever. Anyway, I'll take you and I'm going to show you. Okay, this is 1 latch. Here's your Yeti style latch. And this is what keeps it shut. You get done, you're getting ready to jump out of this thing, you want to fish. You want your door shut so snow isn't blowing in and whatnot out in the lake while you're fishing. This shuts it down. I'm going to show you this. As you can see, there's still just a little bit of daylight. This door just allows a little bit of daylight in there, so it's not super airtight while you're fishing. Now I'm going to take you over to this side. This side has the 2 latches inside pulled, and look how tight that is. And this is this is the mode that it would be in as you're driving across the lake. So it just buttons up really nice. The two latches inside, just pull it really nice and tight. And what I did, how I built these, is I bought this front windshield and rear windshield and roof from EMP, like I said. And they came in cardboard boxes. So I had cardboard to use as a template. A little plug for my aerial photography business. I'm a licensed UAS pilot, mainly for real estate, commercial use for clients that want their home and aerial photography, but also we'll take photos for people out on the ice, and if they like their picture of their ice fishing setup while they're out on the lake, or they make some cool video, some cool photos if you like. So hit me up out on the ice if you ever see me out. Anyway, this doors came with a hole right here. This is from the factory. There's a hole here. Well, this 4x8 sheet of HDPE board left me enough over to fill that hole in. And then these factory doors here have quite a gap here that allows a lot of cold air in. So what I did is I took 50-pound double adhesive tape, put that on the center of the rail of it, cut a piece of pipe foam insulation in half, put it on there, and then used a utility razor blade knife and trim that nice and clean. And I've sealed off a bunch of air loss now that I would have been getting. And it's not airtight, and you don't want it airtight. We're running a 4,000 BTU heater in there, which I'll show you here briefly or in a bit. And so you know, it's not totally airproof, and you got to have some oxygen in there for that heater to run. Anyway, so I'll take you on inside here now. This is how easy it is to open. One hand, Yeti style latch, pivots. A lot of guys are building their doors, I see online. There's not a lot of guys making UTV doors that are at least posting it on YouTube. And the ones that do, they seem to always use a conduit frame. And I just couldn't see the point of a conduit frame. Just didn't need it. This stuff, like I said, is 1/4 inch thick. It's got good rigidity to it. All right, so then you open up the door I made. And now you turn this door, open this, and then you go. Maggie's already been in here. Come on, Maggie. Come on. Come on, get up. There you go. This is Maggie, our wire-haired pointing her fawn. She loves to go ice fishing. She loves adventures. And she's just a great pup. She just turned a year old, actually. Her birthday was yesterday. Anyway, we got this, so she can ride in here with us now, too. Anyway, I got a seat cover that I found out about online on a 520 social media page. I got this on Amazon. It just fits on here great. Protect the seats from getting tore up from a dog jumping in and out. Here's something I'm super happy with. This is a Mr. Heater 4,000 BTU labeled as a golf cart heater. This thing is designed to bounce around and not get shut off, but if it would tip over, then it will automatically shut off, or if it gets low oxygen, it will shut off. But it's designed to bounce around in a golf cart and not flip off. And in fact, we've got a buddy heater that's a wall mount, Mr. Buddy Heater, little buddy heater in the shack over here, the ice fishing shack, and it bounces around all day, and the heater just stays on in that thing while we're bouncing across bumpy lakes all day. So it's super simple. This is like, I think 60 bucks total. And a lot of these aftermarket heaters are 500 bucks for a UTV. And so I came up with this. I used flat bar aluminum to mount it to. I got the heater comes with this cup it's sitting in for a 1 pound propane bottle. It's designed to sit in a golf cart drink cup deal. And what I did is I took a fire extinguisher mount that I got from Ace Hardware for $11, and then mounted that to this flat bar aluminum stock. And now I've got a rock solid setup, plenty of room above the heater to push the one button that turns it on, and then the button ahead of that towards the front of the heater, then there's an off button. Super simple to run, super warm. I've sat out here in some chilly nights the other night and turned it on instantaneously. This cab is super warm. And as you can see, it's pretty buttoned up in here. Don't really have much for air loss at all. The doors, you get a little bit of air in these, obviously. Here's how I did the bar stock aluminum. I took one bolt out, existing factory bolt. Took that out, drilled through that, bent this. Like I said, I don't even have a garage work. I did this, pounding this aluminum on with a ball peen hammer on a rock or on a cement step. And then I used the factory EMP clamp for my other existing bolt that was already there. Bent this and just left it like that. I'll sit down here and show you this. Well, first of all, I'll show you. This is my Helix 7. There's not much room on these dashes, as you can see. So what I did is I just drilled a hole, ran my wires up to here, mounted this here. There's really no other space to put this Helix, so I can see it good and I can run all my buttons. I got so many waypoints in this and tracks, Lake Master, that I just didn't want to give this up. I've been running this on an ATV for quite a few years now. It really works well. Then the Honda 520 comes with a drink holder, and I bought a phone holder to put in the drink cup. And then I can run my Navionics boating app on my smartphone. So I've got my waypoints on that. Running over here, I can see I've got this. I leave this on all the time, this Helix 7, because I don't like to have to turn it back on every time I want to move, then have it get its GPS again. So I just always leave it on. Well, it will run a battery. One Vexlar battery, which we just call them Vexlar batteries. They're just these little tiny 12 volts. It'll run it dead in a day. So I didn't want to wire this straight to the Honda battery because I didn't want to get stranded out on the lake. And so here's what I did. I ran the wiring underneath the hood, through the hood back there. And then I took an old tackle box that I had. It's perfect size for this Vexlar battery, what we call it. And I put 50-pound double adhesive tape on the bottom of this tray. And then, as you can see, a little tiny bungee. And you can run the brakes and the foot pedal gas, and doesn't even come anywhere near the battery. And we've got about 4 of these batteries. We always got extra ones in our ice fishing house. So to swap these out, super simple and easy, and I don't have to worry about my battery dying to start this thing when I want to leave the lake. So it was a simple deal. Last thing I got to do is I got to solder my connectors on there yet. But these are pretty cool. They got 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, manual transmission and automatic, paddle shifters, in case you've never seen one of these in person. And what I've done here is I've just, here's your factory EMP windshield. Well, then you've got gap between each of these where the roll bar meets. So I just took pipe foam insulation, a zip tie on each end, gave it a really nice clean look. And what I did here for mounting my board, as you can see, these are just pipe strap clamps for plumbing. And then I took them and bended them out, I'll show you in the back when I got an extra one in the back here, I'll show you how I did. I just put Gorilla Tape on, lined in the inside of it so it wouldn't be metal on metal. And so it'd be quiet and also give grip to it. And then that's how I fastened my HDPE plastic sheeting board to the existing roll bar cage in here. Here's what this heater looks like from this view. Just slick as heck. Super slick. Got nice heat now. Don't have to spend $500 on a damn heater. And we've got tons of these 1 pound propane bottles, and we run a 20 pound bottle on our big shack, but we got a refillable deal too, so we can refill 1 pound bottles if we need to. As you can see, it's just super tight. Here's another look at one of these clamps that I made. This is how I attach the board to the frame. Anyway, I'll take you back outside now. Well, I guess I'll show you how these work. These latches are so simple to use. So here's one right here, Yeti style latch. Pivot that up. Now the door opens. Time to shut it back down. There you go. Look how tight that is. I mean, it is tight. And this thing here, obviously, just rock solid. It's permanently bolted. We aren't worried about this thing ever being too hot or anything. We can pop these windshields and rear windows out easy if we want to, but this is strictly just an ice fishing rig. We won't use this for anything but ice fishing. All we do is just strictly use these for ice fishing. So then when it comes time to shut this, just make sure this latch is up. Take this. Look how simple this is. There it is. Buttoned up, ready to go. I'll show you the back of one of these Honda Pioneer 520s. We've got some stuff in here just so I could see how everything's going to fit in here. There's two finicky foolers in each bucket. So we have this window. We each have a window in our shack here, in our ice fishing shack. All we have to do is pull 2 pins, and this whole frame of that trailer drops to the ice, and our entry doors back here is just a regular entry door. So anyway, we'll look out the window there, and we've got, each of us will have two finicky foolers out the window, and she can watch hers and I can watch mine. And so I just want to see how this stuff fits in here. I'll show you these got bucket setups in here. You could actually carry 3 buckets, and they're actually shaped to hold a bucket. And so I just want to see how they fit, see how this stuff stage in here, just try it out, see how it looked. And we carry our live minnow bucket there. I'd show you this too. I don't need a winch on this thing. In the many years I've been ice fishing, I've had to winch out of some snow out on a lake one time. And all you have to do is I just carry a 2x4 with me, and I auger a hole ahead of me, ram the 2x4 underneath the ice, attach it to the winch, and I've got a snatch block pulley, so I can double my pulling weight with this drill. It's just called a worn drill winch. Can't emphasize how much we love this thing. We use it to raise and lower our ice fishing shack door, because the door is about a 200-pound door. It's steel with wood on each side of it, so it's a pretty heavy door, and it's insulated door. And so we got tired of manually lifting that thing, so I just attach the drill to some anchor points inside the shack. Once I have the UTV in the shack, then I use these straps right here and hook onto that in the door, and then this is my anchor point, and I pull the door shut with that. So anyway, if you're ever looking for a winch idea and you don't want to put a winch on a UTV or ATV, these worn drill winches are just awesome. And you could put this in a backpack, hike into the woods with it, pull a deer out of a ravine. I mean, the uses for these things are just endless. And we're already drilling all of our holes out on the lakes with Milwaukee drills. So I've got one Milwaukee drill that's set up with an ice fishing auger, and then this one here is permanently always on this worn drill winch. Anyway, can you tell I love my worn drill winch? The last thing I got to do with this is put some studs in the tires, some ice studs. and it just fits inside this trailer. I couldn't put a lift kit on this or bigger wheels and tires if I wanted to. The door just clears this shack. I even went a little extra on this and used some black Flex Seal. There was just a little bit of gap from this pipe foam to here, as you can see, and I sealed that. I got this thing pretty tight. Super happy with it. Anyway, these got a little tailgate that you can open up and sit on the tailgate if you want. And like I said, there's a lever inside the cab. I can pull that and this box will dump. The box will not dump with the rear window in it. It just is not designed to do that. I played with it a bunch, and to save yourself a lot of energy and time if you think that this, you know, this is going to open with a window, with this EMP window. It's not. The window has to be removed, and you also have to remove the window to open the hood if you want to get into the hood. So, but these straps are super easy to undo. You just no time. You've got the either window out. Super easy to get out. Now here's these. Here's what I used, either 2-inch or 1.5, depending on the type of tubular frame I used in there. This is a much smaller one, but this shows you what I bought, and then this is what I turned it into. And then I just took Gorilla Tape, lined it with that so it would have a rubber grip to it and wouldn't be metal on metal. And this is what I used to fasten my HDPE board to the roll bar cage. Now here's another tip I'll give you, is that this roll bar, as you can see, it's got a curve to it from the factory. If you're going to follow this and make this look slick and follow the contours of the roll bar frame, this HDPE board has a slight bend to it, and that's the beauty of this stuff, is it does conform well. But you can't put regular hinges on this, as the center, it would be the only hinge that would work. When you start swinging the door open, the top and the bottom of the door has about 1.5 inch gap that just all of a sudden opens up, and a regular hinges wouldn't work. They're not going to flex properly. It's just not going to open. And I discovered this hinge. This is called a 2-inch poly hinge from a company called US Plastics. I believe that's where they're from. It was I bought 10 feet of that, and it was $40 for 10 feet of it, and 10 feet was more than enough to do both doors. So I got 3 latches to this, Yeti style latches per door, 1 4x8 sheet of HDPE board, and then my Lexan acrylic. And then I already had all the bolts and screws. And I was going to trim the windows in flat bar aluminum, just flat bar, but I already had the HDPE board leftovers, so I just trimmed it in that. All I did is just sandwich the Lexan between each HDPE. As you can see, they're the same in here. So it just sits in here, sandwiched in between nicely. Anyway, this thing really works slick. I'm super happy with it. Once again, there it is. Super easy to run. Anyway, look for us. We're out on the ice pretty regularly. We fish the Mississippi backwaters. We're on the Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin backwaters on the Mississippi River all the time ice fishing. You'll see Maggie, our wire-haired pointing fawn, and my wife Moni's with us, and swing by, say hi. We also fish Bay of Green Bay out of Sturgeon Bay. We go a couple times a year. We like to go white fishing out there. And then we also do some other traveling. And we also have a snow dog, snow machine that we purchased this year. So you'll see us out with that too, for in areas where we can't run a UTV down. But I'll show you this once more so you can just see how tight this is. Nice clean look to it. Like I said, there's your normal gap, just as it's sitting on the ice while you're fishing. And here's your gap while you're running down the lake fishing, or while you're on your way to the fishing holes. That just is super nice and tight. You get a little bit of airflow through the window here. You can see it just doesn't quite seal up perfect, but like I said, this heater is it's 4,000 BTU. It's going to be cranking in there. So I think a little fresh air might actually feel pretty good. Anyway, everyone have a great day. And I hope you gladly enjoyed this video. You got any questions, hit the comment section and I'll answer the best I can. Have a great day.